you say now? It's your girl Jordan, aka Jordan Speaks, and I'm
back like she never left.
Back with another freaking video. This is your boy Malik B, aka Cornball. I've been dating him for 3 years, and if you read that title, you already know we're about to do how we first met. Now we met at different times. I know that sounds weird, but like when I realized that I met him, it's different from when he saw me. I don't know how to explain it, but whatever. So I'm gonna say my part and how it happened for me, and then he'll say his part and how it happened for him. So all right, bet. Me and my best friend went to this church called On Purpose Ministries, right? Me and I still go there, but we were going to that church and some man came. Like, he had like the long dress. They were so like tough. He had like the beard that connect, the light skin, fine little tenderoni, right? And I was like, yo, telling my best friend, like, he looked good for an old man. And I would always say that every time I seen him, I'm like, yo, he looks good for an old man. But we never knew who he was. Like, he would come to church, he would like speak, how you doing, beautiful? He would hold the door for people. But when church was over, he would be gone. Like, he would just be gone and be like, yo, who is that? Like, so one day I saw him, he was looking so good, and I was like, yo, if he has a son, I'm finna bag that. Like, I'm finna bag that. Let him have a son, guaranteed bag, right? So some time went past, he came, and eventually we figured out that he was married because his wife came. So I realized, like, oh shoot, he got a wife, but I didn't realize he had kids. Now, when we talk about the story, he tells me that they were there, but I didn't see them. I only saw, you know, his dad, that was the fine man, his dad, and his mom. I didn't see him or his brother. So, I just started going on that, like, yo, all right, well, if he got a son, bag it. I don't care, bet. Because I had this mentality, like, I can bag anybody I want, right? So, some time will go past. So this is when I realized that this man had a son. We were in kingdom culture. Well, it wasn't kingdom culture at the time, but we were in children's church. So he started to be involved in children's church. I was like a popular kid in church. Like, not popular, but I knew the popular kids in church, like the people that were active, the people that like were into church, the young people. We kind of knew each other and we would hang out. He was more so like his dad. He would come to church, after church, he flee, like he was not there. But anyway, we got to children's church. And I didn't regard him, like I didn't know him, like I don't know, it was nothing about him that made me like, oh shoot, like I want to get to know him. Like, it was nothing. I didn't even know who the kid was, but somehow he started talking to me. Like, he would be like, hi, I would be like, hey, like, but I would always tell my best, like, why is he talking to me? Like, why do he keep talking to me? Like, church would be over and I'm the first person he come in and run talk to. I'm like, I don't even know his name. Like, what does he want? So every time after service or before service, he would come and talk to me or whatever. Like, we were friends, and we weren't. Like, I didn't even know his name. I didn't know who he was. I mean, I knew who his daddy was, and I was kind of like, that's a little skeptical because his daddy looked good and he looked like trash. He was struggling. And me and my best would make eye contact across the room. I would be like, girl, here he come again. So we were in Kingdom Church. God, I keep calling it Kingdom Culture because that's what we call it now. We were in children's church. And our youth leader at the time, we were getting ready for like a thing we call youth speak. So the youth would come up, they would get like a scripture or a passage. They would analyze that, kind of get come up and explain to the people what they got from that or what that passage means to them, right? So we were getting ready for that. So our youth leader at the time was like, you know what? I'm gonna call a fast, right? I'm gonna call a fast. And we had a group chat, we were talking about scriptures, we would do all that, and those that participated, she was like, after the fast is over, I'm gonna take you guys out to eat, right? So during that time, we would in the group chat, all of us would text, we would talk. And I'm guessing, I still don't know how he got my number, but I'm guessing it's from the group chat, because I have never, like, he never asked me for my number, and I didn't give it to him. So that's the only way he could have got my number, from the group chat. So randomly he would like text me, and like, I'm like, what the heck? So we were talking. His number was not saved, okay? Because back in the day, you know, if you wasn't relevant, your number wasn't getting saved. You feel me? So he was just somebody in church. Like, it was just kind of like, okay. So at the time, I was single. I had just broke up with a guy I dated for a while, like years. I had just broke up with him. So I really wasn't, you know, looking to be in any type of relationship. So the fact that he liked me, it was like, one, I'm like, no, he looked tore down. Two, I'm like, he is not my type at all. Like, I like those athletics, like all the girls wanted them, like popular guys, because that was kind of my reputation in high school. So that's what I felt like I had to date. So he did not fit none of that. So I was like, heck no. Like, I didn't pay him no mind. And then he was in a lot of drama. I'm like, how is this nerd in all this drama? He has so much girl drama. I'm like, what the heck? So that was a turn off to me. So I didn't, like, it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. I didn't even consider him a friend. Like, he was just somebody that went to my church. But he would always talk to me. He would always text me. He would always ask me for advice. And I was a nice person, so I would just text back. But anyway, we ended up going on this fast. Everybody was talking. Everybody was texting. So the fast was over. We come to Bible study, and she was like, okay, we're going to go out to eat. But before we go, we're going to talk. We talk. We leave. At the time, I knew how to drive, and my best friend knew how to drive. But my best friend had her car first. So we hopped in her car. So he's like, can I ride with y'all? And I look at my best friend like, like, oh my gosh. But I left it up to her because it's her car. So she like, yeah, you can come with us. So I'm like, so we go out to church, and he opens the door. Like, he opens the car door for me. I'm like, so I get inside. I'm like, thanks. So he's going around so he can get in the car. I look at my best friend like, girl, why did you say yes? So we get in the car. We leave. We go to Red Robin. Yum. We go to Red Robin. And he opens my car. He opened the car door for me again. And I'm just like, thank you. Like, at this point, my best friend like, girl, I'm like, no. So he opened the door. I'm like, thanks. He runs across the street so that he can open the door for the Red Robin door. At this point, I'm getting irritated. I'm like, because I don't know what you're trying to do. Like, I don't know if you're trying to impress me, but it's getting on my nerves. Like, so at this point, I'm just like, yo, like, for real, like, you're about to get on my nerves. But I mean, I didn't say it, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, no, he's not riding back with us. So we go in. He pulls my chair out. At this point, I'm like, yo, like, for you trying too hard. Like, it's not happening. So I sit down. Of course, I'm just like, thank you. You know, I'm from the South. We have manners. I'm like, thank you. We eat. We talk. It's over. So the same thing happened. He opened the Red Robin door. I'm just like, whatever. He opened the car door. I get in. My best friend like, girl. I'm like, cut it. Cut it. We get to the church. He opened my door again. I'm just like, oh my God. So I get out. We go to the church. He opened the door. We go in there. Blah, 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 blah. Church is over. By the time I got back to my best friend's car, I don't know. It's like something switched. Like, my brain was just like, he is kind of cute. Like, if you just tweak a little bit, you know, take them granddaddy pants off that he was wearing, you know, tweak a little bit, he is kind of cute. So by the end of the night, I'm like, I kind of, I'll see. So we get in the car. My best friend, I was going to my best friend's house. She lived in Chesapeake. We were driving, and she was like, out of the blue, she was like, you like Malik, don't you? I'm like, ew, what the freak? No, like, playing it off like, girl, no. First of all, you're disgusting for saying that. Don't play with me, type thing. But in my mind, I'm like, just a little bit, you know. months go past, and I don't say anything to anybody. I don't tell him I like him. I don't tell anybody anything because I was kind of warring with myself. Like, first of all, girl, no, he's not your type. He dressed like an old granddaddy. His haircut is trash. Like, it was just a lot of things. But I'm like, I kind of like him though. But I didn't say anything. So I had a crush on this guy named Billy. I was just like, let me see where that goes. I had a thing for, you know, Caucasian guys. I'm like, I want to see where that goes. So I really didn't pay me liking him any mind. Eventually, I hit up one of my good friends, my good sis Amber. I'm like, sis, we need to talk.
Barbara, this is Shirley.
Because I think I like Malik. And yeah, and then it goes on from there.
So, I'm Mellie B. My side of the story is that Jordan...
He saw me and he fell in love, and it was just like, oh, I need to get her.
True facts. Honestly, Jordan didn't pay me no mind at first, and I was just like, dang, I tried to shoot my shot. One thing that I tried, this is a true story, I never really opened a door or anything for a girl. So she's actually like one of the first girls that I did that for and being consistent about it. So
he gonna open my door now, y'all. So when he gets y'all, he gonna stop opening the door.
I just like...
We met at church, so if y'all want a good fine tenderoni, go to church, praise the Lord, and he gonna walk up on you. But yeah, so we met at church. I was pretty
lit.
Thank you. I think I'm still pretty lit, but I was pretty, I don't want to say stubborn, but I just wasn't into it. And eventually, I don't know, it's like a light switch. Like, one day I didn't like him. I didn't even like him as a friend. I hated his guts. I was like, why is he talking to me?
Not at all.
And then one day it just changed, and I was like, yo, I kind of like him, right? So that's kind of how it went. Now we've been dating for 3 years. Of course, we had ups and downs, but overall it's pretty good. But thank you guys for watching. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Put your post notifications on, because we're going up all October. Vlogtober, going nuts. Also, go follow his page, Shots by Mally. He does photography. He's trying to get his clientele up, so go ahead and do that. I'll put his Instagram in the description box below. Also, go follow me on Instagram at JordanSpeaks_. I'll also put that below. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. You did.